Joining us now is Dr. F. Perry Wilson. He is an associate professor of medicine at Yale. Doctor, welcome back. So Frieden says that if we do it right, that 2022, let me get it right here, COVID doesn't dominate so much of our life. But we haven't been doing it right. People aren't getting vaccinated as quickly as they should. They're not getting boosted. So is the inverse true? And if we don't speed that up, we are just in it for the rest of the year?
I tend to agree with Dr. Frieden here. What we've seen is this Omicron wave cresting, and with that cresting, a lot of infections that fortunately did not result in an attendant increase in deaths among vaccinated people. So it really does show the power of vaccination, the power of immunity to fight against coronavirus. I'm hoping this is a lesson moving forward. I'm hoping people are getting convinced to get vaccinated because they see how dramatically different the outcomes are for vaccinated people versus unvaccinated people. There are good lessons to learn here with regards to testing as well and making tests more available. So I'm hopeful too. I think we're making real progress at this point.
Maybe this will convince them, because every day I am astounded by the numbers. 2,300 Americans died yesterday from COVID. I mean, we don't talk about the numbers as much anymore because there is a feeling that we are almost coming out the other side of it. And I do think that all Americans want and are craving a dose of optimism. But that number is huge. And that's but a vast majority of them unvaccinated. And that's why this moment in Florida yesterday was so curious, where the Surgeon General, the nominee for the Surgeon General, who is being confirmed, really struggled mightily to talk about whether or not the COVID vaccines work. So let me play that for you.
Just a yes or no. Do vaccines work?
As a scientist, I am compelled to answer the scientific question.
Scientifically, do the vaccines work?
Yes or no questions are not that easy to find in science. The most commonly used vaccines in the United States, which would be the Pfizer product and the product that was developed by Moderna, have been shown to have relatively high effectiveness for the prevention of hospitalization and death, and over time, relatively low protection from infection.
Dr. Wilson, why did it take him so long to get there? Do vaccines work? Is that a gotcha question of some kind?
No, this is ridiculous. Yes, vaccines work. The evidence is overwhelming at this point. You have a 90% reduction in hospitalizations. Even in the Omicron wave, you have a 95 to 99% reduction in deaths. I'm a scientist too. I conduct lots of clinical trials. This is an easy one. Yes, vaccines work. And the fact that a public figure and a doctor is struggling so much just speaks to the fact that this issue has been so politicized. Science doesn't need to be political. Data isn't political, and the data is right there. They work. You can admit that. It's okay.